Hey guys, Dirt here. Yes, this is actually my living room. I was going to do this as a text post, but it's YouTube, so it makes more sense to do this as a video. For months now, we've been pumping out these videos for That New Toy Smell and Video Game Losers, and they're just not getting a whole lot of traction. And the funny thing is that every week I get comments from people who go, "Oh, it's so great to see that you guys are back," or "It's so fun to see that new toy smell again," or things like that. Which means that for months that we've been doing these, YouTube has not been showing them the videos. So they're just seeing them now for the first time on episode 17, even and that's even after the break in the middle. So we did a whole bunch, took a break, we've come back to do more, and they're just now being shown them by YouTube. So and in fact they may have even done a search and ran across them, getting bored one day, maybe scrolling through. It wasn't even the algorithm that put it in front of them. So we've decided to slow things down a little bit. Instead of doing our usual Wednesday, Saturday publishing schedule, because we were only going to do that for a limited time anyway, until we reached 20 episodes, and then we were going to pause. We're going to slow things down, and there's going to be no That New Toy Smell episode this weekend. There will be a Video Game Losers next week and a That New Toy Smell next week, dealing with Halloween. And then the videos are going to become less regular, but they will still be happening. It's not going to be on a schedule where we're pushing ourselves to get them done and get them out and try to make sure that there's new content refreshing all the time. Because instead, what I'm going to start working on is trying to get advertising, trying to get promotions, trying to get, whatever to get the interest, to get the traffic back. Because one of the things that I have been reading up on is the fact that I don't push people saying like, subscribe, share, give the thumbs up, leave a comment. I don't do all of that stuff. I don't push that stuff, and I hate when you turn on a video and within the first 5 seconds they're asking you to subscribe and they're asking you to share and they're asking you to give the thumbs up, and it's like, I haven't even watched it yet. I don't know if I'm going to give it a thumbs up. You know what I mean? Because I do think that that should that should be a review, right? If you like it, you'll give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you won't, and that makes sense. And for whatever reason, YouTube is built on this idea that they just want you to thumbs up it right away, subscribe right away, hit the bell right away, leave a comment right away, and then move on to the next video, which is so bizarre to me. So I'm still not going to do that. I'm still not going to clickbait the videos. I'm not going to jump in there. I have a couple videos. I've allowed some other people and some other channels to cross promote them and upload them, so you may see them pop up somewhere else, and that's fine. I'm totally cool with that. So don't freak out when you see some of those. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend some time, like I said, trying to promote and advertise and try to get some of the traffic back, and try to get these things to get a little more traction. And the more eyeballs we can get on them, the more traffic we can get to them, then that's definitely going to help things out in the long run. So again, we're not going away. There's just going to be no That New Toy Smell episode this weekend, but there will be a Video Game Losers and a That New Toy Smell next week, but not necessarily at any particular time. It'll just be when they're ready, and they'll come out for Halloween. And then as we move into November, December, they will roll out again as they're ready, as we have time for them, as they are good enough to be out there, instead of killing ourselves to try to keep a schedule that YouTube just doesn't even care about. But then also, hopefully, we'll do some things behind the scenes, doing a better job with all of the garbage that YouTube really wants to push with the in screens and the keywords and the stuff in your descriptions, and putting in the stuff for the time codes and like all of that kind of stuff, which we've done here and there and kind of worked on. But again, like I don't look at this as a full-time job. Raising my kids, homeschooling, that's a full-time job. This is what we do on the side. And we have fun with it and we enjoy it, but it's not like the number one thing that pays the bills. But we definitely need to make it work a little better than it's working right now. So, if any of you have ideas, if you've got any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. But I am going to try to do some more of that back end stuff, behind the scenes, try to get things rolling a little bit better back there, and there are some things that help to automate that and to make them work better. And again, I've never really looked into them all that much because I don't consider myself a full-time YouTuber. I don't consider this, I don't have a Patreon. We don't do sponsorships. We don't have paid subscriber pages or anything like that. So I've never really pushed anything like that, or worried about a lot of that kind of stuff. But just let it be known that for the time being, things are going to slow down a little bit, but there's still going to be content. We're still going to be doing what we can, and maybe even what I talked before is the pauses in between some of the videos that we were doing, like with that new toy smell and video game losers. Then we'd pause, and you saw I did a bunch of comic book related videos with comic books out of context and things like that. And then we came back and started doing these again, and those videos went away. Maybe if we kind of slow these a little bit, we can go back to mixing in some of those other things again. I still love the Toy Box of Mystery idea. And we may do some more videos that are just, those type of reviews and stuff. But I still want to do more like Wheeled Warriors, where we go through the history of the line and do the releases like we did with Mask and stuff like that. And then sit at the table and play with some of them. So, mix and match things together, but a little looser. And a little more freely, and spend a little more time tweaking and adjusting and getting things to where they're really going to work for the best. And again, we switched to a new video editing software, and that's been a whole thing unto itself, because that's like learning a new language. That's like honestly, we use Corel Video Studio. I've used Corel since it was called ULead Video Studio for like a decade. Years and years and years and years I've been using it. And switching from that to Vegas is like, English, and now you're trying to learn German. And there are some things that are pretty similar, and there's some things you can kind of like, okay, that makes sense, and that kind of lines up the same. And there's some things that are just completely different, and that's what it's like switching to a different video editing software. But some of those videos I can really tell look a lot crisper and a lot cleaner. And one of the big things with Vegas is it's really good with doing the multi-camera edits, and you've probably noticed that we've done a lot more with the multi-camera in the last couple episodes. So again, playing around with some new stuff, trying some new stuff, trying some more promoting and pushing some of that stuff, but we're not going to go clickbaity. We're not going to start, charging $5 a month for an insiders club or anything like that. Don't worry about any of that. None of that's going to happen. We're still going to push for no midstream ads, no non-skippable ads. I hate all of that. As a YouTube user myself, I hate when channels do that stuff, and so I'm not going to push for any of that stuff myself. But I just want to let you guys know what was going on. And as always, you can email me, send us a voicemail message, whatever, if you've got any other comments or suggestions or anything like that. So that's going to do it, I think, for now. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.